Hello everyone, thank you again so very much for sitting back down and joining me today. It is so very nice to meet you. If I have not already met you in some way, shape, or form, my name is Ryan. In today's video, as you can see though, we got 3 videos that we're filming today. I had already filmed one, which hopefully you have watched, which was the final leg of the Criterion sale pickups video. And we're gonna be wearing the same shirt, but I decided to do it a little bit different. So I have buttoned the next button up to show that time has passed. And when I do the next video, I will do the final button to truly show the sequence of time. So I hope that you enjoy my very keen attention to detail for you guys. So we are going to be going through the final, I said final because of the Criterion sale. I'm sorry, this is not final. This is not even close to halfway. The next installment of our journey through the Adamson Masterpiece Collection box set from Severin Films, which my order has now shipped. My sale order has now shipped, so be on the lookout for that when that video comes up. So we are going to be going through 1969's Blood of Dracula's Castle. Now, Blood of Dracula's Castle was filmed in 1966, and it would not get a release until 3 years later in 1969. It was filmed with a budget of about $60,000 if you account for inflation. That puts it just under about $500,000. So definitely, I mean, it's Al Adamson, so low budget. Let's go into the basic synopsis and the plot that we are dealing with in this particular one. We have Gene Shane, who is playing Glenn Cannon, and his partner Liz Arden, who is portrayed by Jennifer Bishop, who is credited as Barbara Bishop in this film. He inherits a castle from his late uncle, who was 108, I believe, 108, and he just gets a castle. Okay, I can jive with that. He gets a castle, and the castle has been rented out for as long as he can remember to this couple called the Townsends. And they come up with the idea to go to Falcon Rock Castle, and they are going there with the intention of essentially booting the Townsends out. And the Townsends, however, do have a secret to share. They are not just this old, fragile, nice couple. They are blood-sucking vampires, to say the least. So this particular one is a bit of an oddball. I mean, all of Al Adamson's works could be considered oddballs, but this one in particular. So what I do enjoy about this one is, one, the portrayal of the Townsends. I mean, it's essentially, it is Dracula. There is a brief mention of him being called Dracula at one point. Now he goes by Count Charles Townsend, who's portrayed by Alexander Darcy, and Paul Raymond plays his wife, Countess Townsend. I don't believe we actually get her name. The top bill of the movie is John Carradine, who, you know, he is top bill. We have Blood of Dracula's Castle, and it's all done with the feeling that you are going to be seeing a movie where John Carradine is playing a Dracula, but nope, he is playing George the Butler. And the film was actually, Adamson was championing for Carradine to play Dracula, but he was outvoted when it came with producers. But he stood firm to have him in that movie and ended up giving him the role of George the Butler. Now, in the film, you have the Townsends, or Dracula and his wife, and they are aware of Glenn and Liz coming to the castle, and they are hopeful that they will give them a new lease or perhaps sell. However, when they realize that that is not the intention, they then have to sort of switch their plans a little bit. And so what we do have is we have a pretty interesting portrayal of vampires. What I do like is that there is a bit of a comedic element to this, because this is really, I mean, it's these very prim and proper vampires. It's a very British, even though Alexander Darcy's accent is definitely not British, but is a very prim, proper Dracula. And so, but it's a very Addams family. So this is not the Addams family. This is the Adamson family. And that's kind of what I do like. It is very funny. It is very charming. And, but so that's where I like the juxtaposition, where you kind of see what is going on down below in their dungeon, where they have women that are kept captive, that John Carradine's character George then will drain vials of their blood that he will then serve to them, that they call vintages, like it's wine. I really do enjoy that bit of juxtaposition. It is really, really nice. This is also going to be, in the very beginning of the film, you're going to be seeing Vicky Volante's first appearance in an Adamson film. She plays just a victim whose car breaks down in the very beginning and starts walking and appears very happy that her car has broken down and she has no idea where she is and she's just walking. And she runs into the Igor character of the Townsends, Mango. The entire film, I was trying to find out if it was Mongol, because I couldn't believe that it was really just that he was named after a fruit, but no, it is Mango, and he is their brutish Igor-like character, because who they would normally get to bring them their vintages is their ward Johnny, who is portrayed by Robert Dix. So this is going to be Robert Dix's first, I believe it is his first work with Adamson, who he will work with Adamson many more times down the future, and that we will be covering in these videos. And he plays Johnny, and Johnny is their ward. Johnny is who they employ to basically bring them their victims, and we don't really get a full understanding of exactly what had happened to Johnny, but he is now in prison. And what we can gather, though, based on a little bit of a couple of scenes of dialogue, is that Johnny got a little bit sloppy, because they talk about Johnny's impulses and Johnny's reckless behavior, and he even mentions how when the moon comes out that he becomes this very animalistic psycho kind of killer, because not only do you have this vampire movie, you have this cult movie in a sense, because they worship the god Luna. So definitely that's a part that's a little bit strange to me, putting into a Dracula movie, but I mean, again, I'm jiving with it. I like it because John Carradine is fantastic as the butler. Robert Dix is really good as Johnny as well. Outside of the really the really cheesy breakout prison scene, because Dracula, or Charles, he schedules for his release by bribing one of the security guards to stage a breakout for Johnny, and then the rest of the movie plays out. You do get to see you get to see his violent nature when the moon comes out, through a scene that I'm not 100% sure is supposed to be at nighttime or not, because it is clearly not. I believe it's supposed to be night anyways. But so Blood of Dracula's Castle, I actually really dig. I dig this film because it is this very bizarre mashup of Addams Family, cult, Dracula, comedy, horror. It's got a lot going for it, and I think, in my opinion, I think it's actually a very charming movie. I think that it is very funny, even if it's maybe not always intended to be funny. I think the performances are really good. Alex Darcy's portrayal of Dracula is phenomenal. I really enjoy it. And what I also really do enjoy about this film as well is the character of Johnny, the psycho killer nature of Johnny. Now, there was a TV edit that had about 7 minutes of additional footage where, and it makes sense when you think about the things that Johnny has said about how he always talks about that moon makes me do things. Well, in the TV edit, there was some additional footage that there's not a lot of agreement as to who exactly shot that footage, but where the character of Johnny is then put it as a werewolf subplot, and it's unnecessary because I think that it definitely works with where Johnny is just prone to these psycho tendencies when the moon is out, because it does give credence to the cult of Luna. But it makes sense if you put it into a werewolf perspective. So it's definitely not necessary to see anything different about the film. with where it stands and the way that we're talking about it. But if you really want to see a really cheesy discount Halloween store werewolf mask, then definitely check out those additional scenes, which are in the TV edit of this one as well. Again, it's about 7 minutes of additional footage. The transfer on here from Severin, it looks great. I mean, it's you gotta understand. I mean, this is going to be salvaged from the only complete print, which is coming from the TV edit, and from at the end of the day, when you've got ones that are dirty, because we're at a point where a lot of these are dirty because these are older Adamson films, but the fact that we just have them preserved at all in any medium, in any modicum, is definitely a testament to the legacy and to the joy and to the love and to the care that is put into this. So it does look good. It's a little bit dirty, sure, but I think that Blood of Dracula's Castle is a solid staple, and coming off of the previous ones, with Halfway to Hell, Psycho A Go-Go, this really is starting to put a little bit, is starting to shape the types of films that Adamson is going to definitely be creating and working on farther along down in his career. But I think that this is one that has a good bit of horror in it. It has a good bit of humor in it, and then a lot of times it's charming, and that's really as a portrayal of Alexander Darcy's character. There's a really good audio interview segment. I'm not sure where the audio interview actually comes from, but the interviewer just happens to mention, it's a segment because he mentions Blood of Dracula's Castle, and it's very, very short, but it's fantastic because as soon as he mentions it, Alex Darcy's just like, oh God. it's just great. But it's a bit of a shame because when you hear him saying things like that, you're like, come on, it was good. But he only did this. He did this movie as a favor for a friend. But I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that he did because I'm glad that we get to see it, and I'm glad that Severin has preserved it because I think it's a fun movie, and I think that you all will really, really enjoy it as well if you are enjoying Adamson's films in any way, shape, or form. So that is everything that I've got for you today on this episode of our journey, our adventure through the Adamson Masterpiece Collection box set. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more additional content when we have more adventures through Al Adamson's career, our review videos, haul videos, pickups, all sorts of stuff with much, much more coming along down the way. If you have an opinion on Al Adamson, you just want to say hi, anything like that, please be sure to leave a comment in the comment box down below. All of my social media and contact information can be found in the description box down below. But other than that, that's everything I've got for you guys today. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this video, and I also sincerely hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.